I am 46 years old, and in this video, I'm going to talk about 25 life lessons that I wish I learned in my 20s and my 30s. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments where you're from. Let's get it. Okay, the first thing, and I got it written down over here so I won't forget anything. A paycheck will never make you rich. Ownership will. Now, I know you're hearing a lot of people talk about how hard it is to start a business, how hard it is to market, how hard it is to post content. Listen, it's harder going to a 9-to-5 job working 8 to 10 hours that's not paying you enough money. Pick your hard. Everything about making money online is not easy in the beginning when you're a beginner. But when you learn how making money online works, just like with anything else in life, when you first got married, you didn't know how it was going to be. Before you became a parent, you were nervous because you didn't know what to expect. It's like that in every area of your life. But I can promise you, a paycheck will never make you rich. Ownership will. Next thing, learn high income skills early, not just job skills. Ooh, this is a big one. This is a big one. If you are 20, if you are 30, now is the time for you to learn high income skills. Now, most people say, well, what are high income skills? Learning how to market yourself, how to create systems, how to post on social media to get paid, how to build an email list, how to brand yourself, how to advertise. These are all skills that will fight against artificial intelligence. I am not sitting here worried about being replaced by artificial intelligence because I have a lot of high income skills. And whatever age you are, it's never too late to learn high income skills. I want to show you how I made $2,200 while I was on this ATV in Mexico a few days ago. Tap the school link in the bio and I'll see you there. And by the way, I'm showing you 100% free. I want the opportunity to prove to you that I can help you before we even think or even talk about investment. I'll see you on the inside. The next one, don't trade all your time for money. Build something that pays you even when you sleep. I've been talking about this for years. The biggest benefit of my online business is the fact that it's automated, that it's a system, and that I can get paid, or I get paid while I'm sleeping, while I'm not working. If you don't understand how to do that, you can click the link in the description and I'll show you exactly how making money online works. Look, I believe everyone in this world needs to make money while they sleep, period. That's just my opinion. Once you do it once, you'll never go back to a 9-to-5, right? Next thing, credit cards aren't free money. Debt will steal decades of peace. Now, I can definitely identify with that because I remember being young and getting my first credit card. This is the way we learn how credit works. If I get a credit card for $5,000, my first thought is, ooh, I got $5,000 that I can go spend. Terrible, terrible thought. And that just comes from being uneducated. Credit card debt can mess up your life, because at some point in your life, you are going to need credit. You're going to need credit. And if you have millions of dollars of credit card debt, that's going to stop you from being able to play a different type of game. Once you get your credit together, that's a different type of game that you're playing. Next, your 20s and 30s aren't too early to invest. They're the perfect time. Look, if I can go back to my 20s, I would have been doing this stuff in my 20s. What I wanted to do in my 20s was chase women. That's what I wanted to do. And I got married early, but my teens going into my 20s, all I wanted to do was chase women. If you're in your 20s and your 30s, hell, if you're in your 40s and 50s still chasing women, you don't have to tell me. I know you don't have money. I know you don't. Because chasing that will never equate to you having more money. Next. Your health is your real wealth. Ignore it now, pay for it later. That's self-explanatory. A lot of people are eating burgers and chips and cookies and crackers and fruit snacks and drinking sodas and beer and Hennessy and all of these things every day, but they're not understanding that eventually that stuff will catch up with you. Remember, I'm 46. So if you're younger than 46, I'm telling you something that I know from experience. Right now, I am in the gym 3 to 5 days a week. And I'm working on my eating as we speak. There are some times I can get a little crazy. But I'm working on my eating because I understand that you can make all the money in the world. But if you don't have your health together, then what are you doing? What are you doing, right? Next, sleep, diet, and exercise matter more in your 40s than they ever did before. That is true. Have you ever seen a 42-year-old man get out the car and he has to do this? And do all of those things with his mouth and like, come on, man. When you're in your 40s, get in the gym. Get in the gym. Now, if you're already in the gym and you're in your 20s, 30s, then, make it a habit. But when you're in your 40s, get in the gym because that's when it matters the most. Next, stress kills faster than junk food. Learn how to manage it. Hey, that right there is just self-explanatory. That's self-explanatory. The next one, don't wait until you're sick to start taking care of yourself. That's self-explanatory. A lot of people wait until it's too late to try to do something. That's the reason why I preach I don't preach, but that's the reason why I say, look, no matter where you are, no matter how you're thinking, no matter how afraid or skeptical you are, learning high income skills will not hurt you. I know, look, my grandfather, rest in peace to my grandfather. I remember one thing that he told me before he passed. I said, grandfather, Paw is what I called him. Give me a couple things that do you have any regrets in life? And he said, the one regret that I have is that I didn't take on more opportunities when I was younger. What a terrible thought to have when you're on your deathbed. Terrible, terrible thought, right? Now, next, drinking and partying every weekend, you'll pay for it in your 40s. That is true. But see, I've never really been like a party drinking all day. I've just never been like that. But that is true. You will pay for it in your 40s. Next, not everyone deserves access to your life. Protect your energy. A lot of these females, I'm talking to my guys now, a lot of these females don't deserve access to your life. And females, a lot of these men don't deserve access to your life. Protect your energy. The next one, your circle is either pulling you forward or holding you back. Ooh-wee. One thing that I think is sad is I still, drive to certain places and I see people just standing outside all day. Just standing either on the corner or in front of the store all day. And it's, like people actually wake up in the morning and say, hey, what you guys doing today? Oh, nothing. You want to go stand in front of the store? Yeah, come on, let's go. What a waste of time. And those same people complain about their money and their life. It's terrible, man. Next, stop trying to impress people who don't actually care. This is 99% of people on social media. Trying to lie and act like your life is better than it really is. Trying to impress people that really don't care. People don't care. They don't care. All people care about is their own lives. But you see people every day in the club or on Instagram showing off their clothes and the jewelry that they got in the middle of the mall. I know how this stuff goes. People are fronting and lying, acting like their life is better than it is. And it's really, really, really not as good when they go home and they're looking at the ceiling and they can't afford to pay their light bills. Next, learn to walk away from toxic relationships sooner. Now, this is something, fortunately, I've been married for 22 years. 22 years, I think. I've been married for 22 years. Yes, it's 22 years. And so I'm grateful to never have to, in the last 22 years, I haven't had to even think about this. But I remember in high school being in a relationship where the girl was beautiful. She was gorgeous. But she was nutso. Like she was crazy as hell. I remember one time, right? We was in front of her house and she locked on my neck, literally bit my neck like a pit bull. Now, in the moment when I was heated, I couldn't feel it. But afterwards, Like, she locked on my neck and wouldn't get out of my car. Like, but I still held on to that relationship because, like I said, she was beautiful and I wanted to be with her. Horrible mistake, man. Horrible mistake. Horrible. Get rid of the toxic relationships, man. All my guys, all my ladies, get rid of those toxic relationships. Next, time with your parents, kids, or family isn't guaranteed. Don't waste it. Now, this is something really that's hitting me hard right now, man, because I remember a guy that I know that went to my church, man. He told me when his brother was laid to rest, he told me, you know, make sure that you spend time with your family, because my brother used to invite me to go fishing all the time, and I was always too busy to go fishing. Man, that's something that I'll never forget, man. You know, time with our parents, our kids, and our family, it's literally everything, man. It's literally everything. Next, fear of failure wastes more dreams than failure itself. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Fear of failure wastes more dreams than failure itself. Because, see, people learn from failure. People that take action, they may fail, but they learn from it and know what not to do. People that are afraid to fail, they stay stagnant in a situation that they hate. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Hey, the perfect time doesn't exist. If you're trying to change your situation, change it now. Change it today. Right now. Don't wait. You should be clicking the links in the description and going ahead and get access to everything I have down there. Why? Because you want to make more money. You know you want to make more money. You hate your job. You know you hate your job. You just got through telling somebody that not too long ago. Right? Next, comfort zones are traps. Growth lives in discomfort. Whew. That's true, man, because I remember being in a situation where money just wasn't working for me. I remember being in a situation where I couldn't even afford to take my wife out for her birthday. You know? But I grew from that situation. You know, a lot of people are comfortable, but they're comfortable being broke. And that's just not something I was willing to be comfortable with. Success takes longer than you think, but it's worth it. That's true. You know, get rid of the microwave mentality. Most people think that they can just, you know, I'm just going to start on Monday and I'll be rich by Friday. I guarantee I'll be rich by Friday. I get this question all the time. Look, I'm starting off making money online. This is my first time. How fast can I make money? How many followers do you have? It's my question. Well, I got 0 followers. How fast can I make money? First of all, I can't answer that question. And how do you feel you're going to be able to make money if you have nobody following you? Microwave lottery ticket mindset. You got to get rid of that. You know, you can reinvent yourself at any age. Don't get stuck in an old version of you. That's self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Next, experiences, possessions, the memories last longer. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Next, learn how to make money online earlier. Freedom comes from options. That is so true. I am 46 years old and I didn't start learning how to make money online until like 2013, 2014. I wish I would have learned in my 20s because I would have been a billionaire by now. I would have been a billionaire by now because when I started, making money online was a lot different than it was now. There wasn't so many skeptical people. More people, you know, people weren't as afraid as they are now to lose or to fail. Now, you have people in worse situations than they were back in the days, and now they're more afraid to where they're afraid to move forward. They're afraid to invest. They're afraid to lose. They're afraid to get out of their comfort zone, but they're not afraid to go to a job that they work every day, not making enough money and complaining to the world about it. Learn how to make money early. If you want to know how to make money, I'll show you exactly how down in the description right now. Don't give the best years of your life to a job you hate. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. What else can I say after that? Next, the sooner you build passive income, the sooner you buy your freedom. Now, in order to build passive income, you got to learn how making money online works, which I'll show you in the description. Last but not least, every day you waste, you're trading time you'll never get back. Wow. Time is the most important asset, ladies and gentlemen. Time is the most important asset. Let me prove it to you. If you were on your deathbed right now, would you want more time or would you want $20,000? I guarantee you would want more time. So, hey, these are just some of the lessons. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know how old you are in the comments and what you're doing today to change your life. If you want to know how to make money, you want to start your business, I have everything in the description for you right now. Take a look down there and I will see you on the next video. Peace.